The Jordan 1 High Chicago Lost and Found finally got released, and finally I have it in hand. I bagged a few of these, but this is the one that came in so far. This is the UK8 USA 9 size, and honestly, this shoe slaps. As an unboxing experience as a whole, like, I like what they've done with it. Like, obviously they've gone for the old age look on the box, the old school orange top lid, the sale tag, and then after that, when you pop it open, just the actual shoe wrapper and the actual fact that they've got the old school kind of slip in there, if it ever comes up. Just these little touches make such a difference when you're unboxing a sneaker. And when you pull aside that first top wrapper and you get to the first shoe, honestly, it just screams out at you. The red, the white, the black, the cream, kind of off-white colored age look tongue, the cracks on the top of the heel, like, honestly, everything about this is amazing. Even the fact that the bottom, they've gone for the kind of old school age look, used look, it's nice. And then you kind of wonder why this is going to be such an easy contender for shoe of the year. Now, there've obviously been some stuff going on with quality control, I think mainly outside in the US, for just regards to like moss and stuff going on the shoe. But yeah, I don't think there's been any issues reported kind of so far within the UK. So we're kind of good on that side of things. But yeah, the Jordan 1 Chicago Lost and Found has been a long time coming. People have been waiting ages for this. And with the rumored high stock of 500,000 when it was about to drop, I don't know how much actually it was when it actually came out, but it definitely was not 500k. Pre-sales were doing so good for the shoe, and the fact now that it's dropped and the sales are still quite decent shows that how much of a good hold this is going to be. Once more people start getting their hands on these pairs and start shifting them, that resale might dip more slightly, and that's probably when I would say you should start bagging up this shoe. Because honestly, this time next year, I can see this doing decent numbers. I'm just feeling the top of this toe box. They've done so well. They've done so well. But for now, let's just jump on the computer, have a look at how the sales are going, and kind of predict what could be the better outcome of holding this shoe. Okay, so I've got StockX loaded up here. Honestly, I don't like using StockX as a metric. Obviously, I like comparing StockX, Laced, Go, Alias, and just all other consignment stores just to see what kind of generally we can get. But StockX is predominantly the most known, and to be fair, the most easiest. So it's just one of the things that we have to go with. So if I just go to all and just have a look at this shoe, in the last 3 days, 3,822 of these have been sold already. And that's on a general perspective of all sizes. So just to see off that rumored 500k stock, if 3,822 have been sold alone in the last 3 days, and that's only on just StockX, just goes to show how much demand and hype there is for this actual item. Just open up view sales and just have a general look of all the previous kind of prices. 312, 350, 357, 333, 329, like nothing is below 300 apart from the occasional ones, and they're mainly like kind of on the lower size of the spectrum, because generally speaking kind of 7 is pretty much the benchmark, and then kind of 10 plus UK tends to do the best. So if you look at kind of the bigger sizes, like 11 is 347, 361, 365 for a 14, 355 for a 10, 362 for a 12. So do you get what I'm saying? That pattern we can notice is visible. 228 for a 4. So like the lower sizes are always going to be on that side, but generally speaking, it just goes to show that regardless of what size you have, you're going to make money. If we just have a look at kind of the general kind of buy prices of all the sizes, we can obviously see the lower ones all below kind of 300 apart from that US 6, and the rest of them kind of go over that 300 mark. And then the bigger ones kind of start touching the mid 300s, eventually some of them touching over 400. So if you just look at those metrics, just look at the demand, just look at the count sold in the last few days. If you just pick, what's my size, 9.5, 10.5 US, like on my size alone, 390 sold, the one below it 478, 454, like there are over 300 pairs going out within the last few days. That's on average about what, 100 to 120 pairs a day, depending on what size you're going for. Like look at the size 10, 478 in the last 3 days. That's like what, 120 pairs a day. That's a lot of pairs to be sold just for a particular shoe. So if you're now shotting pairs on StockX on a 334 payout, even this 341, that's the asking price, you're going to get 270 almost, 269.18. So that obviously in itself is not a lot of money, but obviously if you sell privately, then obviously you're going to get that kind of 310 benchmark. So now if you hold, let's say 6 months, that should easily go from that 310 benchmark to about 350. And if you hold even longer till next Christmas, I can easily see these doing 400, maybe even 500 on some sizes, without a shadow of a doubt. Like honestly, if you could hold for a decent amount of time, maybe 2 years, it could even go over that £500 mark. Like honestly, we haven't had a proper Chicago release since about 2015. Obviously we had the trophy rooms come out, but that was like low stock, most of them got backdoored, so that was a whole issue in itself. So now that people finally have the chance to get a Chicago colorway Jordan 1 high in their hand, they're gonna go for it. And to be fair, just looking at that shoe alone, I want my own pair. So it's a beautiful colorway, the demand is there, the hype is there, the story is there, and that's gonna sell. So if you do have the money, definitely do try and invest in these kind of shoes, because this is something that would definitely not make you a loss, it would definitely make you money. But obviously be smart with your investments. If you need money, don't start splashing out money that you don't have for these kind of shoes. Because to be fair, at the end of the day, my advice could go completely left, and for all I know, I could wake up one day and these could drop to like 280. I don't ever see that happening, but you never know. You got to tread with caution sometimes. But yeah, this is a beautiful shoe, decent sales on average, especially on the bigger sizes. So yeah, definitely do invest in these, and if you did get some for retail, I would say hold out if you can. Especially as we get closer to Christmas, I feel like demand is going to increase, but then again, people might start undercutting because of more pairs will be coming out in hand. So realistically, you'd want to hold for at least that 6 to 12 month mark, because next Christmas this could do even better. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, follow me on TikTok as well, where I've started kind of doing more sneaker drop related stuff. And yeah, if you guys watch this video, I'll catch you lot in the next one.